Welcome to Guys.
To
Goblins. Yeah, we fucking did it. We started a YouTube channel because we like playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're a couple nerdy boys. We just want to start a little story for you guys and let you enjoy our shenanigans and all of our bullshit that we come up with. I'm Dawson.
Alright. I'm Ethan.
I'm Hunter.
I'm Chris.
My social security number.
No.
You're not allowed to do that. Okay.
We like the first one.
Yeah, I think we've all been playing Dungeons and Dragons together for a while. You three have played together for what is it? Well, Chris, you've been playing for like 60
plus.
63 years.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah.
800. Yeah. It's been a while. We one day we were just like, we had an original thought, and we were like, what if we film Dungeons and Dragons as we're playing it? Yeah. We're the first ones to do that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's done it before.
Yeah, 4 white guys starting a podcast.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
I've not ever been done.
Well, we do have a production guy.
Yeah.
Who knows if he's a white guy?
Okay.
He's white. Okay, go. Yeah.
5 years after the unraveling, the once mighty kingdom of Athakine stood proud through many turmoils. The burning of Aloria, the Brine's Reef raid, and even the Great Civil War all left their scars. But Athakine's kin grew stronger and prevailed. Its people adapted and grew bonds of fellowship as unbreakable as they were influential to the surrounding regions. But then came the Blight Rot, a disease so infectious it petrified the very ground it set foot on. And worst of all, it was a man-made incantation, created by the Montane Republic. When it was dropped on Athakine's capital city, tens of thousands petrified, turned into plague stalkers, putrid, jagged creatures with only one instinct in mind: to devour. The Blight Rot spread slowly throughout the land, but Athakine still did not falter. Revenge was what they needed. Dark sacrifices were made in hopes of a darker future for their adversaries. They marched on Fort Spire. Offerings and terms of surrender were packed away in the guild's caravan. When they arrived, the facade was dropped. A singular mage with hatred in his heart erupted into what became known as the Singularity. In a split second, Fort Spire was there, and then it wasn't. The dark sphere enveloped the stratosphere with an otherworldly hum. The magic used in this horrid spell was enough to shatter space itself. Rifts opened up around Ground Zero and horrid creatures came out. Hundreds of acres suddenly non-existent. Thousands of years of architecture gone. Tens of thousands of lives lost. But the horror didn't end there. People around the world that day swear they could feel something different in the air. A sudden shift in temperature, sudden nausea, sweating, disorientation, pain, fear. Something ancient had lifted from them and left their mortal bodies feeling whiplash. Spellcasters went to use magic only to be faced with chaos. A mage hand suddenly gained consciousness and choked out its master. Cure Wounds folded in on itself until its intended target was pulled into its very wound. Firebolt became Meteor Storm. Detect Thoughts permanently fused minds. Magic itself was unpredictable. Mistra, the master of the weave, appalled by the use of her gift to the world, untethered herself from it. The weave unraveled. And so the great nations began to fall. Millions were dead or turned. The plague went unchecked. The Blight Rot poisoning the lush lands of Athakine. All it is now is a memory of the past, an arid, desolate wasteland. Refugees torn from their homes seek shelter in neighboring nations, but why should they let them in? They all did this to themselves. The old houses of Athakine retreated to the south. Raiders of the wasteland have taken their place. Chaos reigns supreme. Resources are scarce, magic is avoided like the plague, and old currencies are now null and void. However, a new valuable resource has started to grow in the Plague Stalker's path of destruction. A resource used to help numb the pain of it all. Warring factions fight for control of the plant's production. Whispers on the wastelands speak of it possessing qualities far beyond its recreational use. A stout flower with dry crags and petals of nightshade. Gentlemen, this is Cragshade.
Our saga begins with a young boy. The land around him is barren with the relentless heat of the wasteland. The wind was howling on his face, hot and dry, his face covered in a thick layer of sand. He looks back at Siltshire and sees the cloud of sand in the distance, closing in on him, his bloody feet burning wild against the scalding sand. Tears form in his eyes, but the boy steadies himself with his mother's final words. Get to the Enclave. Memories of her begin to flood. Flashes of his mother twitching violently, possessed by something the boy had seen before. Enough. The boy started to shut it out. He can't afford to dwell on yesterday's events. He has to continue. He can make it. After some time, he whispered an incantation to an amulet that he was holding. And he started to whisper it over and over again. And the smooth obsidian stone began to flicker with a red glow. And the boy suddenly felt rejuvenated. Oh my God, I could do this. And then, after that amazing feeling, the glow dissipated and stopped completely. He turned around again. The sand cloud was growing ever closer on him, towards the horizon, and the wind was in its favor. He searched for some sort of cover, but he still had hours before he reached the outpost. He clutched the amulet, repeated the incantation over and over yet again, and it would flicker red with life yet again, and then nothing, over and over again, while this sand cloud seemingly closed on him. The amulet kept failing, over and over again. Why wasn't it working? He asked himself. He remembered his mother believing, even promising him that he can harness its ability. Perhaps she was wrong. The sand cloud became clearer as it breached the horizon. Its core was a black sand skiff with a Cragshade flag, hurtling downhill towards him. He steadied himself for a fight. The sand skiff raised its sails, its pontoon sleds parting the sand beneath it as it slows to a stop, and a man with crude armor jumped from the skiff. "Slave, did you think you'd get away?" The boy started to tear up. It's a young kid after all. Looking between the leader of the outlaws and looking back to the skiff, he started whispering to the incantation to the amulet yet again, and the amulet actually began to glow this time. Much to the outlaw's chagrin, it started glowing more and more, louder and louder, as like a hum started to echo around the wasteland. As his voice got louder and his intentions more clearer, the outlaw who approached him steadied his axe, pulls it out, gets ready to swing it on this child, and as the boy reached the precipice of his incantation chanting, the amulet dissipated yet again. And when that happened, tears started to well up in his eyes, and he just starts sobbing uncontrollably. And then the outlaws start laughing and guffawing at the boy, saying, "Oh, you fucking idiot! You thought you were gonna use your big fucking powers, did ya?" And the head outlaw, so we'll call him, said, "You had us going there, boy. I'll be taking that." And he yanks the amulet from the young boy's hands. And the boy is just utterly defeated. The outlaw says, "Let's get you back. It's a shame what happened to your mother, boy." And he pauses, looks over at his outlaw crew, and he says, "It'll be hard to pass her around now that she's got the blood rot." They're laughing, guffawing, having a great old time as they turn their backs on this boy. They start to hoist their sails on the sand skiff and get ready to depart back to Siltshire. And then the laughter died swiftly when they saw him. They turned around and looked at the boy, and he had his hand outstretched at the sand skiff, and he muttered one word: "Blast." Lightning started to shoot towards his fingertips, pointed at these outlaws, and they looked in horror because they've been doing this for 5 years. They know what's to come. and something in the air shifted. The blue lightning that sprouted from the young sorcerer's hands turned, right as it escaped the fingertips, into a putrid, crackling green. As the green energy shot out towards the head of the outlaw, he looked down in slow motion as the actual bolt itself completely fucking missed him and then went down into the ground. And as it went down into the ground, all of the crew members of the sand skiff saw this incantation being formed around them, this sigil formed around the entirety of their sand skiff. And as it went around them, these intricate cracks continued to work its way through towards the center, going not only through the sand, over their bodies without any pain, and also through the wood, connecting this horrible ancient sigil that none of them could truly understand, but all they knew is that this was something bad. There was a brief silence as they looked down, figuring out what the hell is going on with them, and then the screaming began. Everything within the sigil, sand skiff, the sand, the flesh, the bones, the clothing, started to melt. The outlaws knew this was not the intention, and their very hairs started to fall off in lofty little clumps. Their fucking scalps were drooping down below them onto the floor of their sand skiff. The fucking wood itself started to melt, and then all of the incantation started, the sigil started to close in on itself as the sand skiff got folded upward as it began to sink down. All the while, all of the inhabitants melting and fusing to the actual sand skiff as these screams rang out and echoed all over the Cragshade wasteland. And finally, in the middle of it all, the little boy started to fuse with the sand, already half melted, but a smile was on his face. And as soon as the life left his eyes, the spell dissipated. And all that was left, among this horrible Lovecraftian wreckage with blood and steaming flesh on the harsh summer heat above them, at the top of the crow's nest of the sand skiff was the amulet, glowing a bright, bright red that it hadn't been glowing before. And then we move our camera, we'll call it, to a raven perched above a dead tree nearby this horrible sight. And it flies up and tries to peck a little bit at the wreckage, trying to get some sort of food, some sort of lunch, we'll call it. Doesn't get anything because steamed flesh doesn't really seem that tasty even to a raven. And it flies, and it goes over some mountains, it goes over the wasteland, some more dead trees, some littered skeletons, making its way for hours and hours until it comes upon another sand skiff. And that sand skiff is where we find you guys, miles and miles away. The Black Petal the Black Petal Outlaws are returning from a successful collection party. Aboard their sand skiff lie heaps of Cragshade flowers, supplies for the trip, some bread, some wine, a little bit of water, and just some scraps of belongings of the slaves they picked up. 5 outlaws occupy this skiff. At the bow, a solid wooden beam jumps out horizontally on both sides of the bowsprit, and 8 sad souls are chained together by their feet, pushing this thing along. Forced by their captors, of course, to push this sand skiff. As in the wasteland, you guys will come to find that the wind itself, because the blight rot actually got rid of so many trees and things of that nature, the wind can be very harsh. But at points where the wind is not so harsh, or sand skiffs need to travel uphill, either raptors or people are used to transport them. So what we have right now is on the right side, if you're looking out towards the ship, towards the bow, you have an orcish woman, an old human man who's really struggling to push this thing along as it gets slower and slower to a halt, and 2 dwarvish men. And then on the left side of the beam, there is a young tiefling boy and a late teenage tiefling man, we'll call him. And then we have Chris and Ethan's characters. Chris, let's start with you. Go ahead and explain to everyone who your character is, what he looks like, things of that nature.
Yeah. So you would see at the front of the ship here chained, you would see a rather large hobgoblin man, old, much older in age, hair completely lost on the top, a long, scraggly white beard which kind of goes down to his chest, furs and linens torn and battered by the desert, which cover a muscular form, low in body fat, sinewy muscles. This hobgoblin man, pushes the ship forward. The light in his eyes kind of gone, dimmed over.
Damn. Now, for those of you watching at home, we did a mini like prologue session where we kind of just explored each other's characters. I was going to say bodies, but and what happened to you when you got picked up is you got picked up only about a day ago. Now, in the harsh wasteland heat, especially since your captors are slavers, there's not a ton of supplies to go around. So you are not well fed. You are not well rested. And I'd like you, well, before I get there, when you were found, you actually put up quite the fight. And a couple of the outlaws on board the sand skiff feel the effects of your resistance. Bruised bodies, cuts. I believe there's a severed Achilles heel somewhere in there. You really did a number on them. So I would like you to roll a Constitution check for me because they beat your fucking ass.
That's fair. That did happen. All right.
Yeah.
A Constitution check?
Correct.
Alrighty. All right, that'll be a 15.
A 15? Okay. Not too shabby. So
First roll.
this is first roll.
15,
First roll,
first
everybody.
roll.
First roll, everybody. Let's all kiss.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, all right, if we must.
Okay, so with the 15, you really just remember them putting a goddamn wailing on you, just kicking your ribs in, punching you over and over again. You got a pretty swollen eye, maybe just a couple minor cuts, and just a lot of bruising around the body. I'm gonna go ahead and say, just with the ass whooping that you took, you have a -1 to Constitution, and an easy -6 health. The 15 Constitution was pretty darn good. So you're living large, living large. Now next to you, as you're trotting along, pushing and pushing with all your might, not sure how much longer you're going to be going for. Ethan, go ahead and explain your character.
Did we say name, by the way?
Oh yeah, we did say name.
No, I didn't. I did not share my character.
Oh, you did not
Okay,
share his
okay,
character.
okay.
So
No,
you,
no,
you
no.
do not have to if you.
Yeah, you would see begrudgingly pushing this ship a gray-skinned Shadarkai man, late 20s, has a almost a like a dust gray hair, that not too dissimilar to Chris's haircut, kind of like a military cut style, shaved sides, probably a little messy, has a little 5 o'clock shadow forming, regular clothes for wastelanding, maybe some like very just baggy pants and like some cloth wraps around his chest and arms. And then most notable feature of him is on the side of his face, he has a very large purplish scar that extends from like right here on the neck out to like just below his eye and on his cheekbones that almost looks like lightning crackles. But yeah.
Well, let's see how he's getting along. It's been about 3 days since you've been picked up. Again, not great resources for slaves, captives. You are struggling, but let's see how much you're struggling. Give me a Constitution roll for me.
7.
Oh. So with the 7, and this applies to you as well, Chris. Just when it wears off, until you are well fed and well rested, you are going to get a -2 on strength rolls. Not you, on strength rolls, and a -2 on Constitution rolls as well. So you are feeling a little shitty. You are slowing down a little bit. The heat is really getting to you. Now, you remember your astute training, so you are of course keeping on, but really, it's getting to you for sure. Now, as you guys are still moving along, trucking along, you actually start to move uphill a little bit, and your bodies begin to strain even more, and your skiff slows down to a sluggish pace. A huge, burly dragonborn with white scales kind of walks over the top of the skiff and says, he says, "Hey, why the fuck are you slowing down?" And then he looks up and he realizes, oh fuck, we're going uphill. So he kind of disappears from above the skiff from your guys' point of view, and he kind of walks to the back and he pulls a lever. And I want both of you guys to roll a dexterity saving roll for me.
Is this an effect that I can see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in a way, yes.
All right,
I'll
cool.
take that.
Dexterity save. All right, here we go. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Already.
Damn.
Okay.
I got a 21 total.
Okay. All right, you guys are doing fine. So this is very, very funny because a lot of the things that happen while you guys are chained up is going to happen to everyone. But since you guys got some damn good rolls, this is going to be really goofy. So he pulls a lever, and as soon as he pulls a lever, you guys hear this giant as 3 rods underneath the sand skiff jut out into the ground and actually lift the entire vehicle up about maybe 2.5 feet. Everyone who's kind of chilling there on the front of this skiff pushing it along is understandably shocked and falls and busts their ass. So you start to see on the right side of the bowsprit the collection of people there, the halfling, the dwarves, and the old man, all just fall over. And as you guys start to follow suit, you guys both steady yourself, even as the 2 tieflings next to you guys completely just fall over. I'm going to say Ethan. Did you say your character's name?
No.
Damn, you guys are too mysterious, man. Ethan, you grab hold of the teenage tiefling that you're next to. As he stumbles over, you can tell his priority is actually to save the younger tiefling. And as he's going to reach for the younger tiefling, you kind of steady him and keep him up. So you guys, honestly, while everyone fell over, you guys are just badasses and you just are completely fine. And as he does that, the dragonborn kind of looks over at all the commotion and he kind of chuckles to himself, and then he pulls another lever. And this other lever, you guys look on the interior, the underbelly of this sand skiff, and next to these 2 long sleds, these pontoon-like sleds, are these compartments that suddenly open up when he hits that lever, and these jagged, crude metallic wheels fall down. 1 in the front towards the bowsprit, and then 2 in the back, and they just fall into the ground. He looks over, pulls another lever up, and the wooden rods that shot down into the sand retreat back into the sand skiff, and the wheels lock into place. And you guys notice that this thing is way easier to budge now, even uphill. After that happens, he turns back to the captives, and he says, "The way back to Siltshire is uphill from here, mutts. Put your fucking backs into it, you skinny wanks." Yeah. So, what are you guys thinking right now? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think I'm just looking uphill. looking at the tiefling man next to me, kind of taking stock of my captors here as they make themselves known one by one over the past couple days. And I don't think I'm really trying to plan anything escape-wise. I think I'm pretty focused on just hopefully getting this to where it needs to go first, and then wherever that is, figuring out a place from there. But I look during that, when the rod shot out and the skiff was lifted, noticing the hobgoblin man next to me, like steady himself pretty easily, kind of probably caught my attention. And
with a nat 20, he looked kind of sexy doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll make sure the tiefling man is all right, and kind of just look at him and the younger one. Just keep pushing, all right?
That was terrifying. What the fuck was that? The older one says too.
I do not know. My guess is the needles will help us go uphill faster, but it's hard to say. I'm not a skiff expert.
You're interrupted by the younger tiefling, and he says in a language you don't understand, Ethan's character, but you understand. It's in Cragshade, which is a language native to the region of Gorn. It's a mixture of goblin and common. Yes, kind of a broken goblin. And he says, "Brother, what did Simon say?" And the older tiefling kind of smiles, and you're a little bit shocked at this interaction. You're definitely shocked at this interaction. Says, Simon says we have to push a little bit longer, brother. Scuffs his hair a little bit, and then his brother with huge eyes says, and then we get the prize. His little shitty little cap just kind of like falling over a little bit, all cute like. And then his brother says to him, "Aye, then we get the prize." Yes. And they continue to push. You overhear this interaction.
Yeah. I suppose my character would glance over at the tieflings, and as we move the skiff forward, he'll turn his head to the tieflings. "You speak Cragshade?"
The older brother says, Yes, we speak Cragshade, yes.
You from Gorn?
Yes, me and my brother, Trav, by the way, and Koa, we come from Makroth. We were trying to leave Makroth, and well, he switches to common. Here we are, captives.
Keep pushing.
I heard that.
Continue.
He says, are you from Gorn?
From the Gash?
Oh, from the Gash of Gorn. I just crossed that not only 2 weeks ago. It's beautiful out there. It was the first time I ever crashed.
Beautiful.
Well, in like kind of dry, kind of disgusting way, I guess. But there's a certain charm to it, yes.
I suppose.
Well, I didn't. He's kind of like, doesn't know what's next. He's like, I didn't get your name.
No, you did not.
Okay. All right. I will keep pushing then. And he switches back to Cragshade, and the little boy Koa, as you now know him, says, I'm going to get there first. I'm going to beat you. And Trav says to him, like, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, yes you will. Well, let's keep going. As you guys continue to push on, as you guys are moving, you start to see that there's a little bit of a plateau coming up to where even a little bit of a dip in the ground, and you guys start to kind of work your way up to a like a brisk jog, and it's getting a little hard to kind of keep up. I just want you guys to both roll some athletics rolls for me, because again, this ain't easy doing without a lot of water and food in your
That's
system. Not very easy.
Oh, okay. A 22.
22. Jesus Christ. You guys are crazy.
Athletics is gonna be a
107.
I have a
No.
-2, right?
Minus
to
2.
strength.
Correct.
So would be an 18 is a 16.
Okay. 16?
Yeah.
All right. You guys keep up just fine. Same with the the two tieflings that are next to you. And one of you give me a perception roll. Whoever wants to.
I'll I got a little bit of wisdom.
Righteous.
It's a 14.
A 14?
Yes, sir.
You win Dungeons and Dragons.
I pack it up.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Strap
Have
this up.
a good night. Okay, so yeah, you as you're running, even as you are facing like heat exhaustion and just are completely distraught, you start to realize that your side of the bowstring is veering a little bit to the right. You're on the left side, you're pushing a little too hard, and you start to realize that something is going on
On the other side.
on the other side.
Mhm.
You look over to see a scene of frustration. The two dwarves are hoisting up the old man, who is quickly falling behind. Speed is starting to pick up quite a bit on this wonderful journey that we're on, and the orcish woman starts to just complain. Like, she starts saying like, "Come on, you old man! Like, fucking pick it up! Are you gonna fucking get us killed? Fucking hurry up!" And starts like yanking her leg on the chain, like trying to just get him to fucking go. All the while, from what you guys can see through this awkward angle as you're kind of parallel with them running, he's just not looking great. He's this old, decrepit man. Probably he's a human. Probably like late 70s. Obviously not in any way, shape, or form prepared for this journey that he's been on. From what you know, since you've been part of this a little longer, he's been captive longer than you have been. So if your current situation tells you anything, he is not doing hot. And they kind of start to struggle a little bit longer. But I just wanted to see what you guys were doing. What are you guys feeling? Little pulse check.
So the orcish woman, is she is also pushing this boat?
She is.
She is? Okay.
She is.
And then the dragonborn,
The dragon. So
he's
part of the crew.
Yeah. But is he like watching this unfold, or is he just
He's
somewhere else on the ship?
somewhere else? Like as the last, I'd say all of this has been going on for probably the last like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Throughout that time frame, you've maybe seen him pop out a couple times, bark some orders, but really he trusts the process, and some of his other henchmen have popped their heads up, but no one's directly watching you.
Okay.
From I'd say both of your experience on the wasteland, if you ran, what chance would there be of surviving anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are we like fixed to this pole that we're pushing, or are we fixed to the skiff itself? Like if I wanted to shift down,
if you wanted to shift down, you can all move freely. You are not chained to the actual skiff. You are chained together. So there is among the 8 of you on each I guess pod of 4. There is 4 pairs of shackles that are tethered to each other, and then in the middle of the bowsprit, a longer length of chain goes between the other pod of 4. So you can tell just by this design, getting away.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. You guys could all organize a coup and run away. But how would you coordinate that between 8 people? essentially?
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
So if one of us on the left side were
Yeah.
to go to the right side, would that be possible, or would one of us have to be like unchained and then move to the right side?
It would take some coordination.
Mhm.
Essentially, the entirety of the left side would have to move to the right side.
I see. Okay.
But it is absolutely possible. But the other thing that is happening right now is you guys have gained up some speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. I'll kind of like look over at the other side, seeing the old man like kind of falling behind, and I'll kind of go back to that tiefling man, and just do you think he's going to make it?
I don't know. I was picked up yesterday. To be honest, I have seen lots of weak people. And he's I don't think he's going to make it, no. He needs to rest.
Well,
He needs water, he needs food.
I don't think he's going to get that. I don't think any of us are for a little bit.
I stop moving forward, and I'll make my way over to the old man if I can.
So, it will take some coordination.
Okay,
because
yeah,
you,
we would
you
all
guys
have to
are
be
moving,
together.
and like
Okay.
you could
Mhm.
try to stop this thing, but it will take
but
a
it is
coordinated
because it's
coordinated effort.
That was my.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna. If I were to like call over to the other side, could they hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are maybe 20 to 30 feet from each other.
I'm gonna look over to you, a big guy.
What?
Slow the walk down just a few. I'm going to see if we can get this going straight again. Excuse me, dwarfs.
Yeah.
Hey, old guy's not looking too good, no?
Nope. Sorry, I'm a little bit occupied with that. He is fucking not doing well right now.
Put
and
him
they're
on the inside.
what?
Put him on the inside of you. Let him rest along the
It's
post.
gonna. I mean, it's me and my buddy here, and then it's him. And if we were to kind of move that, listen, it's gonna be tough. I mean, we're trying. Hey, orc, and the orc turns and is like, no, fuck you guys, let him die. And the dwarves are they're not cooperating very well.
If
Yeah.
he dies, that is more weight for you to drag.
Okay, so that's really good. So the dwarves say, we'll fucking do something about it.
I just told you what to do.
We're trying to fucking help him. Do you fucking see that?
Move him inside. Have you 3 push on the outside so we can stop turning and continue going straight.
You
Because
guys slow down a little bit. Maybe it'll be fine.
I'll grab our side and yank it.
Give me a strength roll.
Okay.
It's gonna Ethan, you can roll to help as well.
Straight up, just a strength check.
Just a strength check. I just want a straight up strength check.
Alrighty. 15.
15?
a 14 minus 2.
A 14? Okay, you both start to stop it.
Mhm.
Slows to a stop. And it's actually it's fucking impressive. This is a very, very large sand skiff. You know, probably the size of a schooner you'd find in the Mediterranean.
Mhm.
It eventually slows to a halt after much effort. It slows. The dwarves are honestly amazed.
Mhm.
The orcish woman looks pretty annoyed.
Mhm.
And the dwarf looks over to you, Ethan, and
Mhm.
says, "Thank you."
Yes, hurry up and switch it now before that dragonborn comes back. and we don't get a beating.
Okay. And he kind of moves and positions him around a little bit. It's a little tighter on their side. And they kind of like hoist him up. Give me a perception roll. That's cocked.
Yo, first cock.
First cock.
That's gonna be an 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't see it.
It's gonna work.
Yeah,
We got this.
Let's go.
All I can say is I had a plan,
Yeah.
and I saw it through.
Yep.
I saw it through with devotion.
You guys hear the fucking wood start to creak and slam. Doo, 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 with the keys jangling, and you hear that booming voice yet again of the Dragonborn, and he says, "Why the fuck have we fucking stopped? We got 6 hours to Siltron. I want to get home and get a fucking thing of meat in my belly. Are you guys gonna stop that? You gonna stop me from having my meat?" He's like looking down on you guys.
We just had to move some things around, or else we would be just continuously turning right, and that means we would be going backwards, and then we would be going downhill.
I don't give a fucking shit.
We'll
Just
moving.
fucking keep moving.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Do I recognize? Did I get into a tussle with this individual?
You did.
Okay, and how did that play out between him and I specifically?
Between him and you, you knocked him on the ground and knocked him unconscious.
Okay.
And he has a lump of a big old like cartoon Tom and Jerry lump on him that you think is a horn, but is Chris Johnson.
I will. I'll try and halt it, like basically almost fully to a stop. As I see this interaction and him, speaking in this manner, I'll just like I'll turn and just look at him, and if the skiff moves and stuff, I'll do my best to backpedal and just stare at him as the skiff moves.
Okay. What do you do in response to him trying to stop it? You just keep pushing it? What would your character do without knowing his intention?
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see how this plays out.
I think I'd look over at you and like can I do an insight on him and see like what I can sense from his emotions on this? Like, is he like doing this out of spite, or is he doing this to like
You can all right, so we're gonna do an insight check, and Chris,
or is it like more like a struggle?
You set the DC and you give him what you're willing to give him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oof, that's a 4.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's mad.
Yeah. Mad. I will.
Well, no, Chris. Yeah, whatever. What would a 4 give him?
Ooh, a 4. Maybe he's given up. Maybe he is angry at this person.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna look to the tieflings, and I'm gonna like pretty quietly just be like, try to use this time as a break for you too, and then I'll look up at the Dragonborn and be like, it's very hard to push a skiff when there is a dying old man on one side and a bunch of healthy individuals on the other.
He's not dying. He's fucking fine.
That one?
Yeah, the
Over
old one,
there?
the old geezer. Yeah.
Oh, I could not tell.
Yeah, he's fucking fine. Well, are we gonna fucking start moving, or are we gonna just fucking sit here with our dicks in our hands?
Well,
Jesus.
let's have their side move first, just because.
I've had a horse
we're
less
off
talkative
course.
than you.
Here, we're on the left or the right
You're
side?
on the left.
Hey, right side, if you could push for us first, please, so we can get back to a straight path. And I just like look up at him as they try to push with minus an old guy.
As he says that to Ethan's character, I take a step forward and my chain goes taut towards the Dragonborn, and my chain goes taut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. The dragon immediately sees that you did this, And you yourself are stationary, not trying to keep the skiff stationary, or you're just trying to like keep it. You're trying to act as the brake, essentially.
Yeah. If it is not, if it hasn't stopped already, I'll start like. I mean, my intention is to stare at this man and then kind of like move in his direction and like pull the chain a little bit.
That absolutely happens.
Okay.
and you know me.
My leg yanks.
Yeah, you feel since you were directly next to his character, you were feeling the consequence of this more than anyone. You're like, I'm trying to, and then he just keeps like doing this badass Beowulf shit. Yeah. Let me see what the dragon does. Okay, so the dragon looks at you, obvious to this act of defiance, and he says, you still haven't learned your lesson, have you, Goblin?
Keep pushing, and I'll turn and I'll grab onto the thing, and I'll turn my back to him, and I'll start moving the skiff forward.
You see, but right when you made that decision, he had a flog on him with these crude barbs on the end that he just smiles and puts it back in his waistband. And as you guys get back to pushing, you hear the small tiefling say, "Oh, brother, what did he say?" And the brother turns to him and he says, "We have to keep pushing. We have to keep going. We're so close to the prize." And the little boy says, "That's all he said. He was talking for a while." To which the brother replies, he also said his head is so big because he has the poo-poo in it." And then his little brother starts to laugh, and he says, "But you have to stay quiet." And his little brother says, "Okay, I will." They keep pushing. You guys start to. It's actually getting a little easier for you guys. You look over, and after about 30 minutes of working up to that brisk jog, you maybe have another 30 minutes before you get back to an uphill incline again. And as you are running, you look over, Ethan, and you notice a struggle happen again. But this time, you hear someone say, "Oh, fuck!" And the old man has collapsed, and the entire weight of the right side that are all chained together all collapse in unison as a chain reaction.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
As the chain reaction starts, you notice as this begins, they, in their trajectory, in the sand skiff's trajectory rather, as they lay there and are pulling you into this situation, right before you guys start to get yanked, you realize, give me a perception roll.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
In the interim?
Yeah.
19.
19, okay.
If I see it's going to chain reaction, if I see we're also going to get kind of pulled in the opposite direction, I'll turn to my left and I'll grab the chain that connects me to the small tiefling, and I'll like brace it and like pull it up. So he'll be temporarily like off the ground so that he doesn't get like tucked beneath type situation. Yeah.
So I like that. All right, heard that. Okay. So again, you are basically hoisting him and like bracing him with the chain itself, or no?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So that my intention is that so he won't like trip and get either run over by us, our bodies fall on him, the skiff, the plank hits him, something like that. I'm just trying to prevent that harm, I suppose.
So you realize with the 19, I'm gonna let you brace for that, and it's gonna help your rolls with what happens. You realize that this chain reaction is starting, and the entire right side is going to get sucked into these massive tires with spiked metal pikes digging into the sand to keep their traction. You guys need to do something. So I'm going to give you guys just one. let's say, bonus action to do something,
Mhm.
because the entire dead weight of 4 ranging from small to large size humanoids are going to be dragging you into the weight of or into the ground to be run over by a sand skiff that is very heavy. So, yes,
Can't be that heavy.
I since you braced, well, Ethan, since you saw this first, I can't wait to know your characters' names.
So real. I'm sorry.
No. I love the role play. You guys, you go first. What bonus action would you like to do to save you and your lefties from certain doom?
I think I will. I mean, there's not a lot of bonus action wise I can do. I don't have any.
I'll give you an action.
An action?
An action. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Apologies. An action's fine.
I don't have any weapons or anything on me. Correct? They took those.
You got
captured me?
rags
Yeah.
and a shawl.
Yeah.
But you got chain. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
chains beneath your feet.
Yeah. Okay.
I will look over at this Shatter Kai, and I will use Fey Gift Passage, my Hobgoblin ability, and I will say, move quickly, and give him 10 additional feet of walking speed.
Okay.
All right. Hearing you say that, and kind of very cautious of you, I will seeing you also begin to brace yourself and kind of pull the chain taut. Is the chain that connects us all? Does it connect to another chain at all?
No.
It's just all of us connected in one big
All of
line.
you connected to one big line. Yeah.
Okay. Then
OSHA was not around, unfortunately.
yeah.
If they were,
At this
they
time.
could avoid something like this, but they're just not thinking.
This
dude.
didn't go through the proper chain.
Oh!
Then I will
10
look
points of
over.
inspiration.
Okay, I like that.
I will look over at you, and the other tiefling. Also, it's him and then me and then the tieflings on my right side?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
So I'll look over at you and the tiefling, and I'll look at the beam that we're pushing, and just trying to figure out with everything we have available, which is literally just our bodies. I'm just gonna look at you and we should probably grab onto this, and I mean really grab onto it. And I just like double arm clasp, grab around the pole and tell the tieflings to do the same.
Okay. Are you hoisting yourself off the ground completely?
Yeah,
Okay. Anchoring yourself to the
fully
pole.
holding onto the pole, because
Okay.
if this right side if they go under these wheels,
Yeah.
we have to hold on, because it will eventually come to a stop, but there's nothing that we might be able to keep them dragging for a while. But other than that, there's nothing we can really do to stop them from going under, I feel. I'll as I'm holding on, I'll call over to one of the dwarves and the orc and be like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, and just be like,
As they're falling.
Yeah, as they're, falling.
I like that.
And I'll just be like,
hold on to something.
yeah, I
They're on
literally
the
just,
ground.
I literally just look over and I'm like, you better get up and hold on to something.
Okay.
Wait, all right, so I have a question. Right now, it is because they fell.
Yeah,
It
they have begun. They just hit the ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's going to, if this is our side and this is their side,
Yep.
it's going to pull in this direction, and they're going to hit the wheels that are here,
Correct.
kind of
Yeah,
sort of
and
thing.
then-
So
yeah.
this is the action that is happening, right?
Yes.
This kind of fulcrum point.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab. I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm gonna grab my Shatter Kai friend and
friends.
pull him down, and look at the tieflings, and especially the younger tiefling. Eyes on me. we run, and I'm going to move. I'm going to have, if everyone will follow my lead, I'm going to have us all move in this direction here to hopefully halt it from going into the wheels.
Yeah.
Like,
so
okay, pull
outwards.
far enough.
Yeah.
Pull this side so that it evens out. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Yeah.
that side doesn't fall into the wheels.
As he
Okay.
like pulls me off the beam, and I like put my feet down, I'll like look over and be like, "That is a much better idea."
Meanwhile, the
Yeah.
dwarves tumbling are like, yes, I like that. That's good.
And I'll with him. I'll even like try to like pick up my chain, like some to like give it like an easier tug as I try to run with it.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. So the way this is gonna work, this is a really fucking good idea. Essentially, what's gonna happen is you guys are going to ditch the wooden beam, of course, and you're kind of gonna, since it's you, Chris, on the left side. Let me do this for the audience. Chris on the left side, Ethan, and then the two tieflings. You guys are essentially going to like wrap around and kind of yank on the middle, the chain that combines them both to get like the best angle to basically pull both yourselves and the right siders away. So we're gonna do a combined I would say athletics roll. I will give to you guys, and I'm going to roll to help out as the older tiefling. But yeah, the right side are kind of they're kind of shit out of luck right now. I don't know if they're going to be able to help very much. So go ahead and give me a roll, guys. I will.
Come on.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, great. 13 total.
A 13 total.
With the -2, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So with my roll, with the teenager tieflings roll into consideration, all three of you get this great formation where it's like the teamwork makes the dream work, baby. All of you guys get together and start yanking on this middle chain, and you start pulling with all of your might. You look over at the young boy, and you see like this is like still a game to him, and he's having the time of his life. Like he's like, we're yanking on something? Fuck yeah! All of you guys start to just yank and pull this little horrible game of tug of war, and you pull with all of your might, to the point where all of you, after you like start to move backwards and try to get out of the trajectory of this thing, you guys fall backwards with one final mighty yank, and then as you all fall over and you look up in the sky,
A spiked wheel rolls over.
and that's the campaign.
That's it. Yeah.
You all feel a bump. You hear an audible crunch.
Ooh.
That sounds like
Sound like a dwarf?
Give me a dwarf perception crunch roll.
That's gonna be a 12, brother.
That's a dwarf.
Was it?
You heard a dwarf.
I glanced
Uh,
up.
No.
So as you guys, because of the mixed
God.
success,
No.
you guys successfully saved the old man, the orc, and one of the dwarves. What ended up happening as you look up at this aftermath and you hear the Dragonborn yell, "Brakes!" As the brakes come to a halt, and you hear this like large metallic like squeal just as the brakes gear together. You see a very sad sight. You see these right-siders chained together, and you see one of the dwarves grieving the one who was farthest on the right, or who was farthest on the right, as his head and entirety of his torso was punctured and crushed beyond all recognition as the blood starts to soak into the sand. And the orc is absolutely in shock, and the dwarf looks down and is just completely out of it, just looking at what you can know as either his friend or his brother or some sort of family member, gone, under what should not ever be considered as a tomb, which is a black
Sandskiff.
petal outlaw
Yeah.
Sandskiff underbelly. He's dead.
Yeah.
But you guys were successful in saving 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dragonborn comes down, goes off the left side, climbs down a little ladder, and looks at all of you and looks at the mess of what happened. And he said, What the fuck happened? Did you guys fucking slip and fall? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Looking at the old guy, does he collapsed first, and then does he still is he awake right now, or is he
give me a medicine check,
yeah?
just from far away.
It's a flat roll. That's a natural 20.
Oh, a second one. Let's go.
The screens of the Matrix start to pop up.
I hold the sand in my hands, and as it passes through my fingers, it comes to my mind. The thought comes to my head.
Oh my god!
The old man.
I've seen this before.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, you know the entire plot to all of. There's a 5th Matrix movie, and you've seen it.
Wow, damn.
You love to see it.
So you look at this old man who is chained just to the left of the surviving dwarf, rather, and you see, just even from far away, you can tell that he's still alive. What's happening is early onset stages of a mixture of what you see as dementia, also just absolute fatigue, early onset signs of heart failure as well. He is sweating profusely. His eyes are looking everywhere. And with the medicine check, I'll even give you a little baby perception check. He's just saying over and over again, I'm sorry, as he's looking and trying to figure out where he is, where am I, as he's under this underbelly of the Sandskiff. And the Dragonborn looks over at the scene, and grabs the chain of all of these people, and yanks all of you guys back up towards the front of the ship. What do you guys do?
You need this to move. Switch with me. Move me to other side. To the Dragonborn.
To the Dragonborn? All right. You're not gonna try any fucking crazy shit? Because I'll fucking kill you in a heartbeat. You know that, right? You got the jump on me last time.
Just move me to other side.
All right. Well, let me clean up that other side first, and then yeah, all right. Cool. But before I do that, crew, come down here. And he pulls down about 3 out of the 4 members that were still up there, and they all kind of come down. You see a you see a human barbarian lady with these like beautiful like badass braids, with 2 fucking sickles in her waistband, ready to fucking go. And then you see a couple other people. But as he moves towards the dwarf, the dead dwarf, he moves over as his companion, looks over at him, just completely hopeless, unbuckles him from the chains, and just literally picks up his body, moves maybe 20 yards, and just tosses it. Comes back, sees the old man struggling, just looking up, gasping for air, saying, you guys all hear him say, I just need some rest. That's all. I just need some rest. And he looks down at him, and then he looks at you, Ethan's character, and he says, fucking hate that, by the way, fucking bastard. And he says, He says, man, you were fucking lying. Oh my god, yeah, he's fucking fucked up. He's like, he can't even move. God, man. Well, luckily got some other crew members, so we'll make sure we get over to Silchar. Don't need all of you. I might need you on this side, but first, you with the crossbow, and he points at one of the crew members. You get over here and put this bloke out of his fucking misery. Pointing at the old man. And Hunter, please describe your character.
Oh no! No! Oh my god! I'm so upset. You see a dark-skinned human male jump down from the top of the skiff to the sand below as my cloth wrappings on my feet crunch against the sand, pulling out a standard crossbow. Yes, boss. I saunter over to the old man lying on the ground. I stare at him like a few seconds.
He, do you allow him to say something?
I'll allow something to mutter from his lips.
He says, my wife, she's in Dust Haven.
I loose the crossbow.
Okay, wait, hang on. Before he does it, can I slam my hand onto the bar, and just kind of like let loose like a guttural kind of like growl as that's going on. I don't know if it's gonna stop that necessarily, but I still want it to be known. I'm just gonna like kneel and like grab the tiefling kid like on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And just like face him towards me, like back to this situation. And I'm just gonna be like, it's real sandy out here today. I think you need my scarf. I think that would be good. And I'd like take my scarf off and try to like keep him occupied and like wrap it around his neck and everything.
Damn. The older brother catches wind of that, sees what's going on, and says, yes, Cora, get his scarf. Oh, look at it, and he's like holding it with you, like trying to turn his head away from it. And Hunter, you put the old man down. He is dead.
Get down.
Damage.
I get down on one knee, grab the bolt, wrench it from his skull, clean it off on my clothes, and reload the crossbow and put it on my side.
I thought you were gonna shoot another one. Reload it, fire again.
Yeah, let me get him. Marvelous.
While I'm down here, can I just get like a little how exactly things are set up right now?
Absolutely. So right now, you are next to just a lot of blood. One that was killed by the wheel, one that was killed by your crossbow, and then a absolutely distraught dwarf, still mourning his dwarven compatriot, and then the orcish lady looking at you with so much coldness in her eyes. They're directly next to you, just on the other side of the wheel as it passed through, and then connected up the chain to your left is these four people, two tieflings, of course, and their lovely boys, and then you have the dragonborn who is looking at you very close to you after he just unbuckled the after he just moved the dwarf, and then you have the barbarian, and then a kind of sad looking furbolg that's down there, basically kind of all grouped together with the dragonborn, just outside of the underbelly.
Okay.
And then you do know of course, because you've been traveling with these wonderful people.
Family.
There is one more up on the sand skiff, and you do know that there is a mounted mobile scorpion crossbow that juts out of the side that he's probably hanging out on.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're out of sight from that right now.
I'm gonna turn to the Dragonborn. How much longer until we're in Siltshire?
Marcus, can I just fucking say that was some cold ass shit. I didn't know you had it in you. You used to be a fucking pussy out in Siltshire, and now you're fucking doming people? Jesus! I like you. And also, I don't know, maybe like fucking 5 hours. Who gives a shit? Why do you ask?
Tired.
Okay, well, I would be too after a cold ass kill like that. Let's go back up there. Let's drink to that. Was that your first kill, Marcus?
Probably.
Shit. All right. Y'all go up to the, climb up the ladder or whatnot, go up to the deck of the ship. And then, Ethan and Chris, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys vibing with?
I hate you. The whole time, this old hobgoblin, his light seems to have perhaps come back in this moment. There's a dent in the wood from where he punched it, and he stares at both of these individuals as they go back onto the skiff, waiting for someone to move him to the other side, but he's seething.
Yep. One of the henchmen down below, the Furbolg, catches wind that his boss just is like doesn't give a shit that it's going to be almost impossible for you guys to move. He goes over to you guys, and he says, "Hey, there's 2 on that side, and there's 4 on this side. So I think I'm gonna move you to that side."
That would be wise.
I got a key right here, and he takes the key and unshackles your shackles. And as he's doing that, he says, he's like, you just please don't do anything. He said, please.
Can I clock this? just real quick.
Yeah.
This man is literally in front of Chris.
Yes.
And me.
Yeah. He has a big club is his only weapon.
That's it.
He's
just
in
a big club.
He's in Black Petal Outlaw gear. But you can tell. I mean, he's new. Do I want to give it to you? I'll give it to you.
And he's the only one down here.
Can one of you give me a history?
Yeah.
Send
A
it.
history check.
I got a good history.
Okay.
How many total people are on this skiff?
On this skiff,
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. To answer your question, there are right now there are 4 people on the skiff who just made it up there, and then the Furbolg who is down below, like trying to get these things moving. Ethan's character, you from your knowledge of your brotherhood, of your training, of what you've been a part of, you've spent a lot of time studying different cities and different histories of the Cragshade Wasteland. And Siltshire, before the Crag Dust dealers, the Black Petal Marauders, Black Petal Outlaws started wheeling and dealing, Siltshire was originally a home to Furbolgs, where they lived in these big old beautiful trees and lived in harmony with all the people that came and visited them. You do know that something crazy went down during the unraveling, but since then you know that things are a little different now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll as he's like looking for the key or like fumbling with it or whatever, I'll look over to you. It has been a pleasure to be on the left side with you. What was your name?
Boris.
Boris. Castis. I'll put my hand out. Shake. And then I'll you got the names down. Yeah. And then I'll turn to the furball, and I'll go, my friend, are you from Siltshire?
Yes, yeah, I've been there for the last 40 years.
Wow. And I'm sure you miss the big trees and all.
Well,
Before everything went away.
yes, I mean, the big trees are still there. Some of the commanders, they've taken the trees and turned them into something else. But
That's not cool.
no, but I really shouldn't be talking with you. I'm
No,
sorry about
I
that.
totally get it. Quick question.
Yeah.
And I like side eye you, and I just I look at the furball, and I go, would you rather stomach or face?
What?
And then I fucking just as hard as I can just go for the stomach.
That's so funny
And-
because I go double fist into both of his ears.
We synced up.
Let's go.
The handshake. That's what it was.